Well, hello again. This is part 2 to the video that is previously posted. I had a technical difficulty, and so I have to now have 2 videos as opposed to just the one. But that's okay. This message will get out. To God be the glory. So, if you're just seeing this video, there is a video previously posted that says what I have learned, and I will post part 1, and then this video will be excuse me, what I have learned part 2. And so to God be the glory. But what I wanted to finish saying, because it cut off excuse me, it cut off right in the middle of me reiterating that God wanted it to be known that although he allows things to happen to us as children of God in the earth realm, he's not the orchestrator of it. Calamity comes to us because we live in this world and because we have an adversary. Death comes to us because it's a part of life. It's a part of life, and the way it comes is horrible at times. We don't all get to live a long life and die in our sleep. We don't all get to do that. There is an adversary, and we really must understand that we have an adversary in this earth who wants nothing more than for us to be so bombarded with tragedy that we just lose hope in God at all. And it's that right there, because I lived that. But I thought that. I thought it was because of him that my daughter passed. I thought that it was because of him. I didn't blame him, but I thought I wasn't supposed to have her. Like I said, I don't want to call her an accident, but she was not my plan. She was God's plan. It was his plan that she would be born. It was his plan, and he had a purpose for her. But it was the enemy's plan to derail that purpose and to get in there, use her passing as an instrument against God and I and our relationship. And I come to understand that later, much later. I didn't understand that at the time that she passed, but these are things that I've come to learn and come to understand as I have gotten to know God, and I have gotten to know what his purpose is for us and what it looks like in the earth, and to encourage those of you who, like I said, this video is not for everyone, but those children of the Most High God, women and even men who have lost their children, lost a child, and you just cannot believe that God would do that to you. And it has so hurt you to the degree that you don't trust God, that you don't want to have anything else to do with his laws, his rules, his anything to do with him. Maybe you haven't turned from him, but you have not also begun to seek him. You haven't drawn near to him. And this is an hour where he is so wanting for all of his children. He's gathering us back to himself. And so my purpose in sharing my story is that by my experience, by the things that I have gone through and the way he has brought me through, I pray that it encourages you. I pray that you see yourself in my story, and I pray that you find comfort, you find deliverance, you find breakthrough, you find the ability and the strength to pick up what was once a a life that was, you know, it was a life separated from God. And bring all your pain and all your hurt, all your confusion, all of my heart was broken and shattered. Both my babies, my heart was broken and shattered. And I told the Lord that only he could put these pieces back together. And he has done that. He's done that. And he's had to do that. He's had to do that continually, you know, because these are my babies, you know, these are my babies. And then my mom, I lost my mom this year in January. And so, you know, he's had to really pick up my heart in a lot of areas and reconstruct it and give me a heart that understands why it was shattered in the first place. And so, but the one thing I also want to say, because I had started it, but I didn't finish it in the previous video, was about trust. It was about what God's definition of trust is. And he told me that when I was going through a struggle and I was just crying out to him, and I kept saying, Lord, I trust you. I trust you, Lord. I know that you will come through. I know, Lord, I trust you. And he said to me, he said, Valerie, to me, trust is not that you trust that I'm going to come through with that which you are praying for. He said, to me, trust means that you trust my decisions concerning you, whether I come through. It's cool with you. It's fine. It's well in your soul. Even if I don't come through, it's cool. It's well with you. And it's fine it's well in your soul. He said, you trust my decisions concerning you. That's trust. You're not moved one way nor the other because you trust me and my decisions concerning you. And so I carried that, and I carried that for 3 years, for 3 years. And when my son passed, I really had to walk that out. I had to really say to him, my son was 36, and I had to really walk that out and wrestle with my emotions as a mom and let him know, Lord, I trust you. And because I trust your decisions, even though none of it makes sense to me, I trust your decisions concerning me. And now I am living in this world without 2 of the 3 children that I gave birth to. And so, you know, that was a walk. It was a walk. It wasn't anything that I just, oh, okay, and I did. Oh, no. It was a journey. It was a journey that I had to walk with him in. And so God is there. He's our comforter. He's our strength. And he is everything that we need. But we must lean on him. And even when we do not understand, we must give him the benefit of the doubt, because we know that he loves us. But if we don't know that he loves us, then we think and we'll believe what the enemy says into our mind. We'll believe what we hear. He don't care for you. See, he doesn't care that you lost he's not looking at you. He's got other things on his mind. He's got bigger things. You're insignificant. These are things that I've heard the enemy speak to me, and I believed them for a long time. But they are untruths. They are not the truth. God cares for us. He loves us. And he wants us to know that beyond anything else, that he loves us. Because when we understand that the Lord loves us, oh my goodness, when we understand just how much and how precious we are to the Lord, we won't believe the lies of the enemies, that the enemy that is speaking into our heart. We won't say things like, how can God do this to me? How can he take my child from me? How can he allow these things to happen to my child or to my children? How can I lose all my family members at one time? God, you must be fake. All these things that he said, that the enemy speaks into our hearts and into our minds. We hear these things and then our heart is so wounded, it's so hurt, it agrees. But they're not true. They're not true. He is our protector. He is the one who is our champion defender. He defends us. He is the one who gave his life for us. Jesus gave his life for us. For us, he gave his life for you. He gave his life for your child. He gave his life for us. He loves us. He loves us more than we can ever understand or comprehend. He loves us. We have an adversary. We have an adversary. The thing that I would love for you to walk away with on this subject